Hello, wonderful people. On the other hand, sometimes you get a band with too much live footage. And that's the case today with this band. As you probably know, this is Electric Light Orchestra. And they are from Birmingham in 1970. Jeff Lynne, Roy Wood, and Bev Bevan were in the successful Brit band The Move. And after Wood left to form Wizzard, Lynne became the leader of ELO. He is also the lyricist, arranger, and producer of this world-class prog pop band. Lynne, Bevan, and keyboardist Richard Tandy were the consistent members of the first phase. There have been 4 phases of ELO so far. Phase 1 lasted for 14 years, selling over 50 million albums, 27 top 40 songs in the UK, and is top 20 songs in the US. They have never had a number 1 single in the US. That's hard to believe. In 2017, ELO was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, it was Wood's idea to form a rock band with violins and cellos to pick up where the Beatles left off, but this would never work because Wood could not sport Beatle bangs. Neither could Lynne, but he was still intrigued by the idea. Obviously, prog bands were including classical music in their rock, but ELO was the first rock orchestra. The first result was the superb 10538 Overture, something of a reworked leftover from The Move, and the song became a liaison from Move to ELO to carry fans along for the ride. It worked. Proceeds from the final Move albums financed ELO, and the first self-named album was out in 1971, and that was December of 1971. It went in the US in 1972 as No Answer. This was due to a missed communication involving a United Artists exec who had called about the ELO album. The call didn't go through, and the exec wrote No Answer on the memorandum. Oops! 10538 Overture is about an escaped prisoner with the number 10548. It is one of my favorite songs. It's one of the greatest songs of all time. ELO 2, that's the second phase, went in 1973. Roll Over Beethoven, that's a Chuck Berry number, charted in the US even with the portion of Ludwig's own Fifth Symphony. I thought they were talking about the drums. No, it was Ludwig Beethoven, wedged into the middle 8. Global success came with the 4th album, El Dorado, and the single Can't Get It Out of My Mind was top 10 in the US, and El Dorado fittingly went gold. Yeah, El Dorado, gold, you get it, right? Man, I kill me. In 1975, ELO became less prog, more pop, just like Genesis. Are they in cahoots? 4 appearances on the Midnight Special catapulted ELO to arena status, and the album Face the Music, with its singles Evil Woman and Face the Music, showed that ELO's new sound was seeing wide appeal. A new world record went in 1976. It contained 4 hit singles, and they are Living Thing, Telephone Line, Rock Aria, and Do Ya, and was a UK top 10. Do Ya was a re-recording of a Move song, Out of the Blue, in '77, had more hit singles, Turn to Stone, Mr. Blue Sky, Sweet Talkin' Woman, and Wild West Hero. The double album went double platinum. In the 80s, ELO's sound changed again, this time with a sci-fi concept album by the name of Time. Synthesizers took the lead, which would define the 80s across the board. You'd think ELO was now tailor-made for the decade, but you would be wrong, as Jeff Lynne ended the band in 1983. Their contract called for one more album, so in 1985, Balance of Power would fulfill the agreement. No strings, just synthesizer. There were a number of appearances, but nothing like during the 70s. ELO gave way for the Traveling Wilburys. Bev Bevan formed ELO Part 2 in 1989, and they toured as such for a decade. And Bevan sold his share of the ELO name to Lynne. And ELO released their 14th studio album, From Out of Nowhere, in 2019. And the tours were canceled due to the coronavirus. Roy Wood is still alive. He tours occasionally with his band, the Roy Wood Rock and Roll Band. And he looks different now, too. There you go. That's Electric Light Orchestra. There's so much more about them. I just could go on for minutes or even tens of minutes. But I won't, because you all know about ELO. And I'm just including them on my show because I just happen to like them very, very much. So, from East Coast Pete to you, Electric Light Orchestra.